Hi there guys, Sai here, and graduating from yesterday's bacon maker, we now have a steak maker. This is a completely different design, completely unrelated to the previous one. However, serves a similar purpose. And this design only takes cows, not pigs. And this is what I was referring to when I said that yesterday's design wasn't really suited for cows, because this is just so much better. Anyway, let's do an example. So this design can handle a fairly ridiculous amount of cows. I mean, this is sort of average, I suppose. I'm calling it the Loom because of the way it works. Ah, we have a jam here. And the blockage clears itself, which is quite a nice feature. So, once this has stopped running, I'll explain it. And if we look down here, just wait for these cows to die. There we go. All of this cooked meat and leather, which is exactly what we want from cows. Right, so what's happening is the cows flow along this water stream, and this is 1.5 blocks tall, which just fits the cows, so they don't jump around much and they're quite controlled and docile by the time they get to the end here. Then they fall down onto a... I can take us through the machine even. There's a pressure plate down here. And yeah, I've kind of broken it because it's not intended for a person to stand in. That was stupid of me. Anyway, the pressure plate sends a signal round here. This is a 1-tick pulse limiter. And then we have a double extender here, which is just a very basic one. None of them are sticky pistons because the other side handles that. And this fence gate inside the solid blocks gets fired across to that side, like shuttle on and Victorian era Loom, which is the reason for its name, and then fired back. And in the process of moving across, because cows are 1.5 blocks tall, the cow is carried along with the fence gate across the fire, set on fire, and then takes a little bit of fall damage coming down here and will burn to death at the bottom. Slow and agonising and... Sorry, you didn't hear that. And yes, then it resets itself. There is also this these 2 pistons at the back, which are absolutely essential for it to not jam, and basically for the 10 ticks that the pressure plate is active, or possibly like 12 because of the amount of time the cows stand on it, these extend so that you don't get more cows falling in halfway through, because when blocks are being moved you can fall through them, and they'd be perfectly lined up to fall through all the time. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to it, so you know what time it is, guys. It's tutorial time. Okay, tutorial. I'm not going to do a resource count out today because it can vary a little bit, so to start with, we're going to build the scaffolding or the body of the machine, and then we'll add the redstone later. So you want to decide where your cows are going to be falling. So I'm going to have them fall here. Now you need to build at least 5 blocks up from this, but not more than, say, 10. You don't want them taking too much fall damage. And so we're going to build 5 blocks up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this 5th block wants to be netherrack on one side. This is going to be, I our loom is going to run across this way. A death loom. Ooh. So next to this we want the pressure plate, and on top of that put our fence gate. So that's all very simple to start with. And then next to the fence gate we want the colour of these blocks really doesn't matter. They can be exactly the same as you're building the rest out of, and nothing needs to be transparent. I'm just using different blocks to signify different things. So in this case the lapis blocks are blocks that are being moved by pistons. So this is where the cow is going to be. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was wrong then for a moment. Here's our pushers to block it off, and then down here we want another, which is going to be our pulse shortener. I think that's in the right place anyway. So starting with the reds, well, the wiring area I suppose, more like, you want to come across from here and then underneath this block a sticky piston, and then this, sorry, oh, useless tutorial, isn't it? Yes, that's it. So you want to build like so. Whoops. It's kind of a mirror of the other side, I suppose, vaguely at the moment, and this comes out here and along. Right, so if we put the pistons in for the top, we want 2 pistons here, and then 2 spaces, and 2 pistons here. Whoops. There we go. And these pistons will push the shuttle one direction, and these ones return it. So we're going to need the wiring for these ones, and this is really quite simple. It's shaped like this, down, and oh look, perfect. And that is almost all of the wiring done. We just need to put the pistons back here for the pusher, and then run this up, which goes up like so. And if we now get some redstone and repeaters out, repeaters, and we want 1 torch as well, and just trying to think, where did this torch go? We want a block here, a block here, and a block here. And these are for maintaining the redstone. Well, if I do this now, this keeps the fence gate from getting closed as it moves around. So, the redstone for the mechanism. Want a 1 tick pulse here, 1 tick here. This will activate this piston, and it will also transfer power down here. I've done this wrong here, haven't I? That's what it was. There we go, just needed to move across 1 block. And another 1 tick here, and that activates this piston once it's in this position, and transfers signal down here. 1 to 4 tick delay here, and a 1 tick delay here, and then just have the redstone run up like this. And then from here we also want redstone to run all the way up this wire at the back. Okay, that is all of the wiring done. Now we just need to build the case and light the netherrack is something we need to do. Lighting the netherrack, and now build a case, being careful not to break any wires. It doesn't need to be a full case as long as there's not any 2-block high gaps that the cows can escape through. So that's the exit, and the entrance needs to be this is surely the wrong sound for glass. 8 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get a water bucket. And this should perfectly line up with the end. Yes, that's exactly what we want. And now if we place upside down half slabs here, these aren't necessary, but they reduce the failure rate from a barely existent failure rate to a non-existent permanent failure rate. You do get the occasional cow which will slip through the shuttle and back, but they take a bit of suffocation damage on the way, so they'll burn to death. So it really doesn't matter at that point. And then you just want to be dropping your cows into this area here. If we just build up a little bit so we can place cow eggs on them, but normally you just have a pipe running straight down here from, well, whatever cow farm system you have. Anyway, this should be fully functional now. And redstone is not going to spawn a cow. Well, it is. Let's watch one cow go through. He's resisting. He knows what's coming. Oh, no, he's dead. And there we go. Steak and leather. Oh, just one piece of each. But yep, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and learnt something. I'm quite fond of this concept. It's something I've had for a while, but it's had to be changed a bit due to updates. I'll have a schematic and the world download in the comments. The world download also includes the Arrow pork cooker from yesterday. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.